Hey there guys, Raj here. Hope you guys are doing well. Today I've got a review for you on a fragrance that is just one of my favorites, and actually from a brand that is also one of my favorites. This is from the house of Guerlain. They have a line called the L'Art et la Matière collection, which translates to pretty much the art and materials, and this fragrance is called Cuir Beluga. It's a fragrance that I used to own in a partially used bottle. I decided to sell that with the intention of actually buying the fuller size, 75 ml. But earlier this year, in January, and I've done a video talking about fragrances when I was in Paris. I went to the Guerlain boutique on the Champs-Élysées, which is actually just one of the best stores I've ever visited in my life, whether it be fragrances or anything else. And I discovered these, which are their travel atomizers. Now this particular one is Bois d'Armenie, but I think I'm going to have to get Cuir Beluga in this travel spray. This is perfect, 20 ml, it's a good price, and you know, if you don't want to splash out on the 75 ml, this is a really nice alternative. When I was there, I actually did get a sample of Cuir Beluga, and really generously sized samples. These are 3.8 ml, and you can just about make it out there. So yeah, 3.8 ml, and I got quite a few of these in different fragrances, so really generous they were, and they come in this vial, which, you know, I'm not complaining because it's free stuff, but not the best way of applying a fragrance, so I decanted it into this atomizer. So Cuir Beluga, it took me a couple of wearings actually to really get into this one, but not that I disliked it at first, but I just kind of like had to get used to what was going on in the fragrance. And in terms of notes, the top notes are aldehydes and mandarin, heart notes of patchouli and everlasting flower, which is also known as immortelle. It's kind of like a sweet syrupy like accord. Quite interesting note actually. Base notes of vanilla. This is a Guerlain fragrance. Obviously it's going to have vanilla. It's their speciality, the way that they treat it. There's a whole different process behind it, the Guerlain vanilla note. Amber, heliotrope, and white suede. So it's like this accord that they've tried to create to recreate the scent of suede, which is actually really interesting. If you ever picked up a suede jacket, it has a really interesting aroma actually. Most people just wear jackets. I like to smell leather jackets. I don't know, anybody else do that? I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, this fragrance is so classy, so refined, elegant fragrance, performs amazingly well. It lasts on my skin all day, from start of the day to the end of the day, projects really nicely off my skin. It's not loud, it's not obnoxious, it just has this nice aura that sort of just surrounds you like a cloud of fragrance just around you, just envelops the wearer basically. It's a fragrance that I feel is probably better in cooler or colder weather. I have worn it in warmer weather, and it works, but I just feel like colder weather is better. I think it's a really good fragrance for more formal occasions, but you know, again, I've worn this in more sort of relaxed, casual scenarios. You know, you can wear a fragrance anytime you like, but I feel cold weather, formal, it's a good combination. I think it's a fragrance for men or women. But I think, and obviously, you know, I feel really comfortable wearing this fragrance. There's no problem. I just have a feeling that the slightly powdery, slightly sweet notes in this fragrance will mean that it appeals more to women. But, you know, I've received really good feedback, good compliments on this fragrance, and it smells great on me. So what does it smell of? It's an interesting fragrance, it really is. And if you look at the notes, it's actually quite a strange combination of notes, but they work really well. I've done a spray about 20 minutes, half an hour ago. Yeah, it's slightly powdery. It's slightly waxy. It smells. Sometimes I've really thought this kind of reminds me of warm butter, like butter being cooked in a pan. Not literally. You're not going to smell like butter, okay? But there is a hint of that in there. It's slightly fizzy from the aldehydes, which the best description from aldehydes, which is like a synthetic note, is that it smells of champagne, right? Not exactly, but there is kind of like that sort of fizzy champagne accord in here coming from the aldehydes, I imagine. There is that butteriness. There is that kind of supple, leathery feeling that you pick up like a suede jacket, and maybe there's also there's like different types of leather, right? Depending on where it comes from, the grain or whatever it is. So you've got the suede, which is a very interesting aroma. I find it really difficult to describe what suede smells like, but it does kind of give me that sort of rougher texture from the suede, and also supple leather at the same time. So it's an interesting combination of notes in here which work really well, kind of like suede, leathery gloves. That's kind of like the feeling I get with this. It's sweet also. There's a vanilla note in here as well that comes through. It's not a fragrance from Guerlain that is highlighting or showcasing vanilla, but it's more like a supporting act, and it just works really well to just round off this fragrance. There's almost maybe a touch of like iris, like this powderiness gives me a feeling of iris. I get a slight like white chocolatey, white milk chocolatey type feeling, but it's nothing too sweet. It is a sweet fragrance, but it's more powdery. It's slightly leathery. It's slightly sweet, and they're all there in like equal measure. And yeah, I think that's pretty much what I get with this fragrance. It does have a complexity to it, but it's not the most complex fragrance. Yeah, to be honest, it's actually perfect. To be honest, I really think this is a perfect fragrance. In terms of, the scent is great. I have no problem with that. I find it easy to wear. It's received well by other people around me, which is, it's always a good thing. It lasts a huge amount of time. Should I give this a 10 out of 10? I'm going to be maybe a bit harsh and go with 9.5, which is actually still quite a high score. I think it's a great fragrance. I think if you're looking for, Guerlain, this is actually made by Olivier Polge, and he's done a really, really great job with the materials available to him. I think if you're looking to spend just that little bit extra, you want something special, go to Guerlain, and something from the La Elle Matière line will stand out to you. I think it's one of those where if you're gonna splash out, do it from something from Guerlain. I think it's worth it. I really do. So guys, have you tried this fragrance? Whatever your thoughts, let me know. Check out my Instagram page. Hit the like button if you like what you see, and feel free to subscribe. I do appreciate all of your support. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon. Bye.